get the game, I rent it from Blockbuster, and as soon as it flips on and it goes, Sonic Team, I was like, oh, yes, it is about to be on. I am WWE superstar Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed. Ever since I was a little kid, it just seemed like the perfect job. You get to be this larger-than-life character, there's fireworks, there's music, you get to go all around the world. Video games, essentially, I feel like we play them because we enjoy experiencing other worlds. I don't say pro wrestler, I say professional LARPer because it's easier translated. It's something that people understand. But it's the same thing. It's a fantasy world, and you might be looking for an escape from whatever stressors in life, job, bills, family, kids, like whatever it is, and you want to just kind of blow some steam off and go into this different universe, this world of Sonic. You want to go to the Green Hill Zone. And so I feel like they have the same energy in that respect. But video games allowed me to create friends, and then essentially those friends would vouch for me at school with other kids, and so I could become friends with them. Like that's when I would open up. That's when I was the most comfortable, is when I had a controller in my hand. And so just kind of learning how to interact with other humans of my age through the conduit of video games literally like made me who I am today. It clicked for me when I started playing Sonic 2. That's when Sonic became like, oh, because then that's when I found Tails, and I was like, what? Oh my God, I love him, his little sidekick, he's great. No story in any realm can ever advance minus the like quote unquote sidekick. So when Tails got brought into the picture, I was like, oh my God, this is a team effort. But that was also the first game that I ever beat by myself. This is legit like top 3 moments of my life. We lived in an apartment in Dunwoody, Georgia. And I remember getting to the last stage, and it was the first time that I'd done that, and I ran to the living room and I got my parents and my sister, and they all came in and they watched me. And I could not beat this. I got to my last life and I finally beat it. And like my pulse was like, I'd never been that high before. I was sweating like all over my body, and I'm a child. I don't know these feelings and these emotions. And as soon as I beat it, like everybody screamed, and my dad threw me up on his shoulders and they paraded me around. Like, I'm gonna get weird talking about this. They like paraded me around the apartment, and everybody was just happy. That Sonic 2 music, my God, what a soundtrack, you know? I would just go to the options, because you know you could put in that code to stage select and all that stuff and get all the emeralds, but when you're flipping through, it'll play the songs, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna listen to this, especially the stage right before you get to the last stage, when you're in the air and you're on the plane, Tails is flying you around. It's like it's unreal music, unreal soundtrack. I think Sonic had a big impact on the video game industry. It still does have a huge impact on the video game industry, which I feel like can be seen with like that Sonic movie that came out. So I think that was like the last movie I went to see before lockdown. So I got the chance to go and watch that with a couple of Boys and Girls Clubs in the area. So I think they brought like 2 or 3 clubs to see the movie, and we all watched it. And I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna understand all of the little jokes and little references that they hopefully like have in there, which they did. But I was sitting next to like a kid, he couldn't have been more than 10, and he was getting all of the jokes too. And it's like, man, you would only really get that joke if you like really mess with Sonic. Sonic can span literally generations and get people to react the same way. I feel like that just shows not only the effect in video games, but the effect just in pop culture. Sonic has a Macy's Day Parade float. People know, like when they see Sonic, they know what Sonic is. It's more than having an effect in video games. I have every US released Sega Saturn game, and then I have every US released Dreamcast game. I have multiple copies of Nights over here. I have multiple copies of Christmas Nights over there. Sonic, you're 30 now, and all the things you put your body through, I hope you're taking care of them. I hope you've got a sauna. I hope you've got a masseuse, a chiropractor. I hope you're taking care of your body. I as a grown man, have invested at least 25 years of my life into Sonic the Hedgehog, and I will continue to invest my life into Sonic until the day that I die.